today we are doing a pregnancy safe core workout. So we're not just focusing on the front, we're focusing on the sides and the back. So we're trying to support you during your pregnancy, keep you moving and fit and strong. So we all know the importance of all of those things for both you and baby. But around this area, there's a lot of fear and uncertainty of exercises that you can do. So I'm hoping that this tutorial will put your mind at ease, give you some inspiration. These are some of my favorite exercises that you can do. I've also made them so you can do them first, second, and third trimester. And also I've given you lots of modifications. So it doesn't matter how you're feeling, you should find something here that's going to be good for you. So the only prop that I have got other than my mat is a bolster. Now a cushion will be fine. If you don't have one of these, don't worry. You can do everything without. These are just for the end. So just put it to one side when you've got it. So we're going to start on all fours. Now, I think this is a great time to also start thinking about our pelvic floor, working that as we're exercising. And we're also going to work a lot on the posterior tilt. So if I'm just lifting my shirt up for you, we're going from bum sticking out to pushing your bum underneath you. So if I had a bump, as you guys do, as you do that, the bump is going to look smaller to you. So just bringing ourselves into alignment and thinking about lifting up through the pelvic floor. So I want you to try and think about that during all of these exercises. So we're going to come down to all fours, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hip points. So we're going to start out with a bird dog. So I want you to think about a nice straight line from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone. So I'm going to move my pony. So I'm looking straight down between my hands. You're going to extend one leg and then lift it up. So we're just going to start with a little pulse here. Now you're thinking about the midline. So if I was to draw a line down the center of my mat, I'm trying to keep the weight there. So I'm looking straight down. The weight is placed evenly between my hands. If I feel good here, I'm going to add in the opposite arm. So working a little bit on balance here. This is great for the back. So thumb up to the sky, toes down, heel up. Now hold it here. We're going to come into center. So nose towards the hand. Sorry, I should have said nose towards the knee. But we're not really crunching here. We're just coming into center. Now if this is too much for you, you're just going to do the leg. So extending, bringing it in. Okay, we're going to move on to the other side. So really think this time about pushing away from the mat. So you're doming through the upper back body. So first you're going to extend that leg. We're just going to pulse. So heel up, weight to the center. If you're happy here, you're going to add in the arm. So thumb up to the sky. Keep breathing. Then you know if you need to, drop the hand and just bring the knee in. Or we can go knee to nose. Now I'm not thinking about the crunch here. My hand is coming towards my knee. So this is obviously harder for me to mimic without putting a ball underneath my shirt, because you will not be able to, depending how far along you are, really come to this position. So this might just look like this for you. Really think about squeezing your belly button towards your spine. Just going to do one more. Good. So you're just going to do a little flip, come to your bum. So now particularly we're thinking about that pelvic floor. So if you don't know too much about this, you really should go and do some research. It's going to be great for you. Not that I'm saying you're doing anything wrong by not knowing. Do not panic. It's just to know where you're squeezing from. So a lot of people get that wrong. You can also message me for more details on this. Just, I didn't want it to be a bit too much info on that area. So fingertips are going to come to your heels. So if you can't reach there, that's fine. It's more to do with arm length than anything else. So some action points here. Knees are always coming forwards. They're not going out or in. I want you to imagine there's something between your legs that you're squeezing. You could always bring your cushion to your legs. So mine's a little bit thick for that. But so the action is you're squeezing in, but your legs are not together. Toes always facing forward. Now snuggle your shoulder blades under, so lift your chest, bring your shoulder blades underneath you. Now stay looking up. So we're going to peel up from the tailbone, come up, chest towards the chin, but chin towards the sky. Think about the pelvic floor, and then slowly roll down. So my hands are firmly rooted to the mat. So nice and slow and steady here. So here is option 1. Now, if you want to add on to this, so it's not only are we getting that back, core, pelvic floor work, you can also add in some legs. So you're going to extend one leg up, doesn't matter how straight it is, and you're going to lift up. So you're going to feel this more in your hip flexor and in your thigh. So just giving you tons of variations here to kind of add to your repertoire. Okay, I'm just going to do one more here. So make sure whichever variation you're doing, your hips are lifting. So I'm just going to move to the other side and do 3 here. Head looks up, chin stays up, chest to chin. Okay, one more here. So from this position, you're going to roll to your side to come up. So I do a lot of core work in that bow position. So when I talk about the V, if you've done anything else with me, this angle. So legs to chest. Now I really want you to think about a tall spine. So pushing your chest forward, really important here. So we're going to bring the hands out, feet are on the floor. You're going to come out, tap the floor, come to center. So you're trying to tap down as far back as you can. Hands are nice and wide, chest is open. Now to make this more challenging, you'll extend that V. So you'll stay low, come up, stay low. But really focus on that straight back, pushing your chest up. If you start to round over, it's best to bring it up. So quality, rather than trying to muscle into a different position. Now, if you want to, you can bring the legs up and think about that more conventional boat and do your twist here. So same rules apply, the further out you go, the harder it is. Just gonna do one more each side. Now, we're just gonna come back around. Now, planks are great. So they're a full body strengthener, especially focusing on the core and the back. Now, what I want you to think about first off is that your weight is now distributed differently. You've got all this weight out in your front that you didn't have before. So it would be like me doing a plank with weights on my back. So if you've gone from a full plank, you can do it for minutes without sweating, and now you're like, oh, I can't do it on my knees. This is why, don't feel bad, your body has just changed. So you're gonna bring your hands underneath your shoulders again. Now, really important, do not lock your elbows out. Especially now, there's hormones called relaxin that make your joints slightly unstable. So it's very important to think about that. Now, I'm gonna first come to a tall plank. So if that is not suitable for you, just watch this bit. So if I'm able to come to this position, I'm thinking about that long line from my head to my tailbone, really reaching my heels back. Knees come down, up. Breathe out as we come down, in as we come up. So variation 1. Now, we're coming into half plank, bum is still down, so we're really thinking about that straight line from head to tailbone. And I also want you to think about more being on the tops of your thighs rather than your knees, just for that weight. Your choice whether feet are down or up. Now we're going to do shoulder taps. Now really slow and in control here, thinking about keeping that micro bend in our elbows. Now hips, we want them to stay as still as possible. So really slow. So 2 plank variations that are not just holding. So you know, tall plank, forearm plank. Just giving you something that's not quite so soul destroying, because even I do not like to do those. So side plank now. Now I really think that not coming into an extended side plank is really beneficial for what I talked about before, not locking the elbows out. So that would be up here. I want us to come down, elbow underneath the shoulder for this plank variation. Now we've got 3 options with the legs. So full side plank. So you're thinking again about that straight line from your head to your feet. Digging my sides of my feet into the floor, stacking them, lifting the hips up. So really pushing the hips up, straight line. Option 1. Option 2 is our kickstand. So the top leg comes out in front, foot flat down. You're gonna push up from here. Option 3. So you're gonna bend the bottom leg, plant down through the top leg to push up. So planting down through the bottom leg, pushing up off the top leg. So there are our options. I'm going to stay in this one. Now, if you feel comfortable here, extend the hand up, reach underneath. So I'm reaching under and back. Up, under. My hip points stay facing forward. So I'll run through what that looks like. So full plank. Now remember, do not feel bad about wherever you are. There's new weight distribution. So my little kickstand. And then bottom leg. Okay, now with the arm, you could go over, up, over, up. So 2 options with the hands. Now wherever you are, think about lifting the hips up, most important thing. So we're going to come to standing now. So now we're really thinking about the side body. So a lot of the times we see these deadlifts, great full body strengthener from the crown of the head all the way down the back, down the legs. Most of you will see in these, but we're now going to try and incorporate our side body. So fingertips to temple. Now really think about that posterior tilt. So tilting our hips forward, tucking the bum underneath. That's going to engage your core without you doing anything. Feet shoulder width apart. Now you're going to lift your knee up, elbow down. So really important that you're going out and not just up. Now if you can't come down this far, no worries. You've got something in the way. So you're really going to feel that compression down the side. It's going to move to the other side, same thing. So remember, you're thinking about going out. Last one. Okay, our next one stood up. You're going to come to a plie squat. So nice wide feet, toes are going to point out. Now really important that your knees track your toes. So you're thinking about pushing the legs out as you come down. Now this isn't just going to strengthen our core, transverse abdominals, we're also working a bit of legs here. Fingertips back to temples, we're going to come down and you're going to come to the side. So I want you to think you're trapped between 2 planes of glass. You can't come forward, you can't come back, you can only go out. Now, with those legs, be wherever you are. So I'm stood up here, just soft bend in my knees, and then you could be super low. So your choice, but you're really thinking about trying to come down as far as you can. Okay, come up. Now we're going to come back down. So here is where our cushion comes in. So I'm just going to show you the first one without, depending on where you are. So you're going to bring your hands back to support you. Remember, we're not locking anything out. Chest is pushed forward. You're going to lift the knees up. You're going to tap toes up and down. Now, it needs some support. So we're going to support the lower back by bringing our cushion in. It looks exactly the same, but we're just going to really hug that cushion underneath our tailbone. So it's not under my bum, it's just at the bottom. I'm going to come back to support my back. Leave my hands here, or you can put them onto the cushion. I think here personally is better, but you try both, see what you think. Now, we can use one leg. Do the other, or you can use both. Now, I think you're much more supported if you can do that without the cushion. So that's why I did it first without. So I'm going to do it one with, so we're going to go one each side. Now, same thing, but a little bit different. We're going to bring the knee up, straight leg. Knee up, straight leg. So especially when your knee is up, you're thinking about the lower abdominals and the upper abdominals squeezing together. So you've got the option here to do that double leg again at the same time. Again, I would recommend not using a pillow for that. So really coming out to a straight leg. But if you're a little bit further along, I recommend really using this cushion to help with your back. So it's just offering you a bit of support and doing one leg and really thinking about that range of movement. So I'm going to do a couple on the other side. Now our last one, we're going to bring the knees to one side and then the other. So I'm a bit too close to my stairs to do that side. The joys of filming at home. So I'm really thinking about moving my hip up as I come down to the other side. So you're just kind of rolling. So this is a great massage for your bum at the same time. So you're driving your knees down as much as you possibly can. So these last few, the variation with the cushions are especially great for people in their third trimester. Depending on how big you are in your second, these are going to be great for you. Okay, so they're all our exercises. Now, you do you. You might find that you like working with reps, so you could do 10 reps, 3 sets of them. You might want to get a timer. There's some great timer apps, and do 20, 30 seconds of them all. These are just some examples of some core safe exercises. There are tons out there, but I just wanted to kind of give you my favorites, and hopefully you've liked that I've given you lots of variations, and I hope that it hasn't been confusing. I just wanted to give you as much information as I could. Please feel free to send me a message. I'm more than happy to help you with anything I can, or if there's any other videos that you think might be useful to you, definitely let me know. But from my clients currently, it's core with pregnancy that has been the most, I want to say concerning, because there's so much information out there and you just want someone to tell you what you can do. So I hope that that has done that for you. And again, I want to reiterate, I am not a pre and postnatal specialist. So if you have any particular concerns, or if you're a high risk pregnancy, then definitely consult your midwife, and there are pre and postnatal PT specialists out there. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.